The rise and fall of Keemstar, from Halo 3 troll to drama alert. So let's get this. I'm curious. See what we got here.
Like, seriously, that dude.
Keemstar is the main character, unfortunately, bro. Don't be saying that.
Like, I hope somebody gets his IP, doxes him, swats him, his mother in front of his face. Like, I literally hope that his house blows up and everybody in his family tree dies and he can't reproduce. That kid. I wish the absolute worst for him. I hope he catches cancer. I hope he dies in a fire. I hope his house literally just burns and he burns alive. All right? You're not a good person. It's not funny. You're a asshole. It's up. You're recording this. Go ahead, record it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Lily.
Okay. What a great way to start a video. Woo. Now listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I used to be very edgy when I played games too. But I didn't stream the edginess, okay? I think it's shitty to say those things, but if you're going to be mad at a video game and you're by yourself, you say whatever you want. I don't know, who cares? But when you're sitting on a stream, you're announcing all these horrible things in public. How do you have no shame? How do you have no shame in that? Can't catch cancer. Very good point. Thank you for correcting that. But Jesus Christ, that was rough.
Sing here. Today, I'm going to be talking about Keemstar. He rose to fame after creating the channel Drama Alert and reported on nearly every major YouTube drama. He's also been through multiple controversies which soiled his reputation.
Dude,
However, despite attempts to call him...
Does this really work, though? Like, does that work? Does that make you more popular? Like, what the fuck? I just don't understand why he just does all that. It's just it's insane to me. Do people legitimately look at that and go, I like this? The fucking movements are so extra.
Him out by iDubbbz in 2016 and H3H3 in 2020, he survived and proved uncancelable. Currently, he has nearly 6 million subscribers on YouTube. This is the rise and fall of Keemstar. Let's get right into the video. Sorry, that was cringe. Keemstar's real name is Daniel Keem, and he was born on March 8th, 1982. Interestingly, his early career had absolutely nothing to do with the internet.
You know what's really sad? I probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but one time somebody reached out to me on Twitter and they said, hey, I've been interacting with Keemstar on Twitter. They were legally of age, so don't get your head on that, Keem. And then they sent me a picture of his Wiggler, and I was like, well, what the fuck? Yep. It's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing I know. Yeah. So.
He actually worked at an attorney's office as a collector and DJ'd weddings on the side. Notably, he was also expecting a child at the time. But
DJ'd weddings on the side?
One night in 2009, everything dramatically changed when he got drunk and played Halo 3 on Xbox Live. During a session, he made funny insults and comments at other players.
Actually, Felix of Golden, I'm gonna bend your mother over my knees, shave her ass hair, roll it up in a blunt, and make you smoke it. Dude, the last time I seen failure like that, a paraplegic was trying to put on a wristwatch. You suck, bitch.
However, another player named Duranker recorded his antics and uploaded it to YouTube, where it exploded in views. Impressed, Duranker then invited him to join a group called FAG, which stood for Federation of Asshole Gamers. It was...
What a time on the internet. You know, it's time on the internet where you could just be a real piece of shit. You know? I mean, like, listen, the roasting people on games isn't such a big deal. Like, that ass hair thing wasn't a big deal. But, like, could you imagine joining a thing called the FA? Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to make jokes. It's another thing to just be a real dick. It's one of those really interesting things that I think I've learned is that, like, I enjoy some edgy humor, but I'm not somebody who makes edgy humor their identity. I think that's the best way to explain it. And so what ends up happening is, like, some people look at my edgy humor and they'll be like, ew, gross, because they're associating with the people that make it their identity. And then some people look at it like, oh, it's just some fun humor. And that's how I look at it. But there are some people, and I think Keemstar is one of them, that, like, thinks it's like, they really live the life. They think that it's like they're an identity to be an edgy douchebag. Right? And that's why they joined the Federation of Asshole Gamers. It's like, dude, what? Like, that's so cringe. What is wrong with you, you know?
It was a pranking group that did a lot of trash talk. Hesitantly, Keem accepted, but then it took off and he even got partnered with Machinima. Keem also started streaming his trash talks on Blog TV and quickly rose to #1. Realizing YouTube's potential, Keem created a drama channel to cover some of the beef going on in the gaming community. The videos were extremely successful, but unfortunately the channel got taken down. And when he made several new ones, those got taken down as well. This was because Keem was mass reported by others for mistakenly promoting a scam.
So anyway, you got banned for promoting this scam.
Yeah, pretty much. And I tried to explain it, and I had some high-power YouTubers talking to people, and they just weren't listening. And because of who I was and the trolling and stuff like that, there were a lot of people constantly notifying YouTube, here's his new channel, take it down.
Luckily though, Daniel found a surprising loophole. He could have someone else own the Drama Alert channel and just work as a contractor.
And they went to YouTube and figured out a solution where I could just be on the channel, but technically not own it because it's not my name. And so that's how we did it for a while. But in 2000,
This is weird. Why would that work? Right? Like, think about this. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it worked. So I'm not criticizing Keemstar, but think about this, right? People didn't like that he made new channels. So they would mass report him to get the channel taken down. Right? So they came up with a loophole with YouTube to have someone else own the channel. To me, what that says is that like YouTube wanted to satisfy the people who hated Keemstar by saying, well, it's technically not his channel. You know? This is weird.
2014, Drama Alert hit 100,000 subs 4 times, got shut down.
Are you serious?
Had to make a new one, 100,000 subs.
Wow.
Shut
That's
down.
crazy.
Yeah.
So he worked as a hired talent until 2017 when he was finally given the right to own his channel. So he did and was able to continue being a creator on YouTube. I guess you could say his plan was ballsy. Speaking of balls, this video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming and hygiene.
You know, Manscaped's never reached out to me for my balls. I have very large testicles, too.
That means you can expect only the best products made from the best materials to give you the best
Whatever.
grooming experience possible. Honestly, it used to be intimidating.
Although I also don't make actual content, so we really think about it. I react to other people. So
Whenever I had to get ready for a big Tinder date because I always cut myself in the family jewels. And I didn't want the girl to think that I had an STD, so I just canceled the date. It was terrible, just terrible. Sorry Jade. But now that's a fear of the past with
I
the
don't know
new
why I'm watching this ad.
Manscaped 3.0 water-resistant body trimmer with advanced.
Like seriously, like him. Seriously, that.
What the hell fucking happened? God damn it.
Rose to fame is the only cure because I terrible, just terrible. In stage 3 in chest and for a lip sexy. Your balls in your body times. You see, he was a moderator for a streaming website called battlecam.com, and normally there was an order for people to get started, aka be featured on the front page. However, the moderators had a special ability, they could put anyone in the order that they wanted. So Alex, another moderator, started Keemstar over and over. He didn't like Keem's braggadocious personality and the fact that he was taking over battle cams with his large pre-existing Blog TV fanbase. So he did this to make it look like Keem was starting himself, which pissed everyone else off. Notably, Alex called Keemstar multiple Italian slurs. In response, he went off on him.
Is Keemstar Italian? I thought Keemstar was like Middle Eastern or something.
I'm okay. I'm on Blog TV with my hands up. I'm not starting myself. You stupid bitch. This stupid justice, all righteous Alex is doing this shit.
Wait, did I hear that right?
Hands up. I'm not starting myself. You stupid bitch. This stupid justice, all righteous Alex is doing this shit. You yo, everybody type in the chat. Alex is a stupid.
Okay. Wow. What a
Type
time.
in the chat. Alex is a stupid. Fucking.
He even went live on Blog TV to prove he wasn't starting himself. Naturally, he faced significant criticism for his actions, but later apologized.
Well, maybe because he called the guy the N-word like 7 times. Yeah. I wonder why he got criticism.
And well, to this day, Daniel said that he hates Alex.
So you're cool with Alex anyways now, right?
No, I hate him. He deserved it. He deserved everything.
Okay.
I don't like Alex.
Has anyone
Alex,
seen
if you're
Alex
watching this,
It's interesting that he couldn't forgive or make amends despite nearly all of the Misfits podcast expecting him to. Luckily, Keem was able to brush off his past transgression and continued uploading almost daily videos to Drama Alert. He gave attention to YouTubers just like the news did to celebrities in order to solidify their societal impact. And being the first to do it,
I feel like that's not why Keemstar did that. I don't think that Keemstar did it to solidify their social impact or whatever, societal impact. I think he did it for money, which is fine. But like, if he did it, like, if Keemstar's doing it for money, no problem with it, right? Chase your bag, whatever. If Keemstar did it to solidify, what did he say?
give
To
attention to YouTubers just like the news did to celebrities in order to solidify their societal impact.
if he specifically did it to solidify their societal impact, then like that's cringe. To solidify the societal impact of fucking YouTubers, come on.
And being the first to do it truly blew his channel up. In early 2016, Keemstar hit 1 million subscribers. Because of his channel,
Is Keemstar really not like Middle Eastern? I could have swore that he was. I didn't. He's Italian.
he also met multiple other creators across
I don't know where I heard that from. I feel like somebody told me that, and I just believed it.
multiple different genres. However, in January 2016, Keemstar got into drama for incorrect reporting. It all started when he made a video about John Bain, aka Total Biscuit, getting diagnosed with bowel cancer. He then tweeted at him and said he made the news. Total Biscuit then replied by saying you will never be the news and blocked Daniel, which upset him. Keem then made a video stating that he couldn't wait to report on his death.
Look, ya
fucking piece of shit. I've been fucking watching you for years. I've been a fan of you for years. Out of the blue, you tweet at me, you're not news, and then you block me? Why? Oh, I've never even said anything about you at all. Like, now I want to. Now I want to be like, can't wait to report your death. Like, seriously. What's wrong with you, asshole?
It was
I mean, like, I don't understand. I get calling him out, but like, why take it so edgy?
evident by Daniel's response that he had a large ego and couldn't wrap his head around rejection, especially by an idol. As a result, he was criticized by many for going after a cancer victim. Fortunately, he later apologized.
Okay, I'm making this video because I need to get something off my chest. It's been bothering me for quite a while, and I was thinking about it a lot yesterday. After I finished the Sam Pepper interview.
It was bothering him a lot. Okay.
I was thinking about this for hours, and it was really getting to me. And let me explain what happened. Over the summer in 2015, we did a story on Drama Alert about Total Biscuit getting sick. And, you know, when I do a story on Drama Alert, I tweet everyone and say, hey, you made the news, right? Well, I tweeted at Total Biscuit and said, hey, you made the news. And him or someone on his Twitter responded, you'll never be news.
Someone on his Twitter. Because maybe it wasn't his idol. Apparently this is his idol or something.
And the thing is I was actually hurt. I was hurt. And the reason why I was hurt is because I've been a fan of Total Biscuit forever. So Total Biscuit, if you're listening, I'm sorry. And to anyone else that was offended, I'm sorry. And this is something I've been thinking about for quite a long time. And I just want to get it off my chest in case we do lose you.
However, his actions created a permanent scar on his reputation. Sadly, Total Biscuit's condition worsened in mid-2018, and Keem wrote on Twitter that he wasn't going to report on him. Sadly, he passed away a month after Keem wrote that tweet, which was a tremendous blow to the community. In early 2016, Keemstar found himself embroiled in controversy once again.
We probably should have just covered it.
In a Drama Alert video, he claimed to have found a pedophile named John Phillips. He then incorrectly identified him as the 62-year-old RuneScape Twitch streamer Tony, aka RS Glory and Gold. This resulted in a massive amount of hate and death threats being directed at the poor streamer. However, it was later revealed that the real John Phillips who molested a 13-year-old girl was actually still in jail. Sadly, he cried on stream and tried to clear his name, even wishing someone happy birthday before he logged off.
I'd like to go take a break, wash my face, put some cold water on my face, have a cup of coffee, relax for a minute, and then I'll come back and start tweeting again, or twitching again, okay? I'm not calling him. I'm not telling him my phone number. I don't want that guy to bother me no matter what. I don't want his money. I don't want his apology. Because, you know, I know who and what I am, and my real friends know who and what I am, and they stuck by me. Thank you very much for everything. And don't think I'll ever forget all the nice words you folks had to say to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's fucked, dude. That's just fucked.
But believe me, I would never, ever, ever get off here as long as somebody's saying those things about me, because I'm not letting nobody run me off. But now everything's clear. Everybody knows I'm Tony, and I never did nothing to nobody, and I'm a good guy. So now I want to take a break. Thank you guys for everything.
I remember somewhat recently, Keemstar, like Tony, so obviously getting falsely labeled a pedophile is terrible. And so, you know, his reaction to that is to fuck with Keemstar constantly. But I agree with it. And so he does it all the time, and he takes Keemstar and he just like says shit about Keemstar, and Keemstar got like really upset, and like recently he's like, oh, blah blah blah. He tried to defend it. Like, dude, you fucking mislabeled this guy as a predator. So you're like, you deserve to constantly get harassed for it.
Thank you very much for being nice people and kind-hearted and helping me when I really needed your help. Thank you. Hey, before I log out, happy birthday, Renee. Thanks for being a real friend. I appreciate it.
Keem apologized for the incident and stated that a member of his team messed up because he thought they looked alike.
What is up?
Bro, Keemstar doesn't have a fucking team, okay? I'm tired of this team shit. There's no way he has a fucking team. You don't want to know why I don't think Keemstar has a fucking team? Because Keemstar just announced his retirement, which is in fucking March. We share the same birthday month and the same first name, so now it's just really annoying. But not the same beard, because he, you know, I look good actually. And this motherfucker is like, hey guys, we're looking for a replacement for Drama Alert. All you have to, but you have to research the content, film the content, edit your own videos, edit your own thumbnail. What the fuck does the team do then, Keemstar? What team? What do they do? They jerk you off? It doesn't make any sense. There's no team. Okay? There's no fucking team. And we live in New York, yeah.
No intro. I can't do the intro. It just feels stupid to do the fucking intro. Earlier today, I was so proud of Drama Alert.
Team of 12-year-olds.
People were giving me shit on.
And he even has like a fucking, like an email that you can send him tips. That's his team, his actual 12-year-olds, yeah.
Twitter. And I'm so proud of how successful my show has been becoming. But now as I sit here in front of you, I don't feel proud at all. I feel ashamed. I feel like a dirtbag, like an asshole, I feel horrible. Wow. Horrible is the best word for it. I feel horrible.
I feel so bad for you, Keemstar.
Skype chat with my news team, went through, questioned the guy that got me the news, and asked him, how did you vet this? How did you confirm any of this? And he said him and another person on my news team sat there for hours looking at the faces and identified who was who and that it was the right guy. And I lost it.
He also said the member was no longer working for him and that he planned to make it right with RS Glory and Gold.
Telling everyone that we got this story wrong and that we've taken the video and that the guy that works for me is no longer working for me. And any damages that we've caused this guy, Tony, that we are going to take care of.
Oddly though, the two never seemed to make up as they got into drama multiple times over the next few years. Overall, it was a bad look to constantly fight with an elderly man and it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Fed up with Daniel, the YouTuber iDubbbz made a content cop on him in May 2016. iDubbbz heavily criticized Daniel for a wide variety of hypocritical and inappropriate behaviors. Ultimately, the backlash from the video only resulted in a minimal decrease in subscribers for Keem, and Keem just replied saying he thought the video was funny.
So I finally watched the iDubbbz video from beginning all the way to end. And so many of you keep asking me for an official response. Now at first I thought he was misleading with the DMs because someone sent me that part, but he actually wasn't. He showed that I said laughing out loud. I find it almost impossible to fight with people who I think are funny. iDubbbz knows I've been watching his videos forever. He knows I'm a fan of him. And he's fucking rolling on the ground with popcorn and fucking gnomes and shit. And I'm just not mad. It's funny. Like, I like that dude's videos.
To date, Keemstar is one of the only people to have survived.
I feel like that's a fucking cop-out. Not even like a criticism or something? Come on, dude. Like, it's not that he's like, oh, you know what, he's right, I've been hypocritical in some capacity, or that he's wrong and he's defending himself. It's like, I like him a lot as a guy. So it's like, dude, you didn't even take the criticism. You just rolled over. The fuck?
A content cop. However, although he did, his reputation was publicly tarnished for millions to see. Many turned away from him and thought of him as a liar and the very antithesis of unbiased. To add insult to injury, the YouTuber Grade A Under A took a swing at Daniel 2 months later in June 2016. Him and Leafy Was Here banded together and made a wide variety of accusations from pedophilia to beating women. The reception was so bad that Keemstar had to temporarily step down as the host of Drama Alert. He was also extremely hurt as Leafy was a close friend who supposedly did it as a business decision. Eventually though, things recovered and he continued to gain subscribers as if nothing happened. And in October 2017, he hit 3 million subscribers. The coup de grace to Keem's already damaged reputation occurred in June 2019. For about a year or two prior to that, the YouTuber Etika had multiple mental breakdowns on social media which drew a lot of concern. And while this frustrated Daniel as he thought they were attempts at attention, he also shockingly asked Etika for which drew a lot of concern. And while
I ate 25 bananas today, Etika, and my third eye is opening. I just talked to the... Okay.
All this frustrated Daniel as he thought they were attempts at attention. He also shockingly asked Etika for an interview right after he had an episode. But when he was called out on Twitter for this, he just said, "Leave him alone. Give him time to rest. I run a news channel. I'm going to get my viewers the news. I don't give a fuck about your fake SJW emotions on Twitter for attention."
So basically, Keemstar thought that Etika was faking some kind of like a mental illness? Okay. Alright.
Keem then interviewed Etika directly on Drama Alert. However, when Etika claimed everything was a simulation, Daniel asked him why not just commit suicide.
It's all predestined, Keemstar.
But
everything you've done up until this point.
But the scariest thing about thinking that the world is a simulation and it's predestined and all that is then there's no reason to live. Why not?
Why do you fear death?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's scary because if you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Etika then called Keemstar out for hurting people and brought up the time he incorrectly called the 62-year-old man a pedophile and then hung up.
Kill people like you do sometimes. You killed that old man by calling him a pedophile. I've never done anything.
Get out of here! Get out of here! That's ridiculous.
Listen, shut up.
We
shut
got
up.
a story. I'm
shut
not going to shut up.
I'm
not going to shut up. We got a story wrong for about 45 minutes. The video was taken down. I offered the guy 20 grand
I know
on the
the
spot.
Shut up! I know the situation. I watched you. Yeah. And then you apologized. You went on the stream and you told the audience
I could to make it right with that dude. I'm not shutting up. I'm not shutting it up. You just said something that was so much bullshit.
Yeah, but you still call a pedophile with no information, you motherfucking asshole.
Because I was fed wrong information,
you like
and you know
like,
that.
sometimes
Because I was fed wrong information.
Sometimes it sucks looking in the mirror, doesn't it? Doesn't it hurt, Keemstar? It hurts when you feel the same thing that you've done to other people. Doesn't it?
Bro, I never really watched Etika, but it's so sad he's gone, bro. Because this shit's fucking hype.
In the mirror 20 minutes after it happened. 20 minutes after it happened. When did you look into the mirror?
Weakling. Record this and put it on Drama Alert at 12 tonight.
I'm recording it right now. Oh my god, what a nut job.
Sadly, on June 19, 2019, Etika went missing for hours. Thinking this was just another ploy for views, Daniel then posted this on Twitter. The thing that pisses me off is that Etika now 100% knows the internet is worried about him, and 13 hours later he's not notifying his fans that he's okay. Maybe it's because he did off himself. However, it was later confirmed that Etika committed suicide by jumping off a bridge. In his final video, he even said that he wished Keemstar the best.
Keemstar, I wish you the best.
As a result, multiple people in the YouTube community called Keem out for not using the ample opportunity and platform he had to help Etika. However, Keem, sad about the loss, raised nearly $20,000 for mental health. He then defended himself, saying that they were friends, he was truly concerned about Etika, and he was fine when they spoke privately.
And I'm going to attempt to answer some
He literally told him that he blocked him after he messaged him.
questions, because this thing's like snowballing out of control, and I don't want to make this video, and I don't want to be sitting here defending myself. But I have to, because the internet's doing what the internet does. So, you know, a lot of people are looking for someone to blame for the Etika thing, and obviously I'm the target that they've picked, and they're pulling up old tweets where, you know, I'm making some banter jokes.
Bro, like, it's so stupid where Keemstar acts legitimately irresponsible, and then when you call him out, they're just I'm just joking, bro. Like, dude, your best argument here is that you thought he was faking it, so you downplayed it. You were like, I thought it was faking it, even though he wasn't, and you should have been able to identify that. And you were so upset that you thought he was just trolling people. You were so upset that you're just trolling people that you were so upset that you thought that a guy was trolling people for views, despite the fact that's all you do, that you bullied him into killing himself. And it's just like, wow.
About what was going on with Etika and these outbursts.
No, it's not stupid to blame Keemstar for Etika taking his own life. I have to explain this every single time because you guys have to understand this. Okay, Etika was somebody that's very clearly emotionally disturbed, right? Just he had some kind of like mental condition. As a grown man, right? Because I'm a grown man, and I'm like about the age, or maybe a little younger than Keemstar was when he had this interaction with Etika. You should be able to identify people that have some kind of mental illness to the point where you know not to suggest that they should kill themselves. Generally speaking, you should just know not to tell somebody they should kill themselves. Right? Like, you should, mental illness aside, you shouldn't be suggesting someone take their own life. The reason he did that is because he got upset because Etika was giving him shit. And so he took his own life. And, like, Keemstar does have a role to play in that. Okay, and we have to acknowledge that. Just in general, you shouldn't be telling people to take their own lives.
And stuff, and they're like, look, you're to blame, Keem, you're to blame. But nobody goes and shows tweets where I'm generally concerned, because that doesn't fit the narrative of, you know.
Well, show the tweets.
I was generally concerned about what happened with Etika, and when I talked to Etika, he was fine. When I spoke to him privately.
So, like, he was concerned after Etika took his own life.
He was totally fine, and I guess people just don't understand that.
He then posted a text from Etika's mom that said she did not blame him and loved his show. Hello, Keemstar, this is Etika's mother responding to you to address the recent threats and accusations you've received in relation to his death. I wish to inform Etika's fans, friends, and viewers that Keemstar is not responsible for Etika's passing and should not be held accountable for my son's actions. Etika loved Keemstar's show and wanted to make his appearance on the program both memorable and exciting. My son's goal was to make this segment as dramatic and entertaining as possible, not to use it as a vehicle of hatred toward the show's host and creator.
I mean, I don't even know if I believe that's his mom, but still, like, just because the mom says that there was no responsibility, it doesn't really matter. Like, not trying to be an asshole. Like, the mom doesn't harbor any resentment, that's fine. But, like, you can just tell, like, a normal person watching this stuff can tell that there was an issue. Like, you can make your own decision, you know?
While many people didn't blame Keemstar directly for his death, they did think he acted extremely inappropriately. However, Keem responded by fundraising nearly $20,000 for Etika's family. This singular event hurt Keemstar the most out of anything else in his entire career. However, he just moved on and continued making videos. In 2019, he got into trouble for doxing a YouTuber named Just Destiny. Keem suspected him of being a pedo because he used young children in his thumbnails and then outright asked if he touched kids in an interview based on that alone.
Oh my god, really?
But do you? Do you touch kids?
Keem, stop asking ridiculous questions.
Are you into
No.
underage
No.
kids sexually?
But due to the backlash from the video, Keemstar lost 3,000 subscribers.
Like, I mean, I get asking, like, hey, it's really weird that you use kids a lot in your thumbnails. Like, what's up with that? I get that.
Upset about this, he doxed Just Destiny and boasted about it.
He lost 3,000 subs on his social blade. That's the only reason this happened.
I literally just said that like 15 minutes ago, that I was pissed off at him.
He defended himself by stating he found out Just Destiny sent a cease and desist letter to a 15-year-old which necessitated the dox. Keem also claimed he doxed people all the time and doxed Tommy C and even his own co-host of the Baited podcast after he went AFK for a week.
I doxed him. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, I'm literally telling you right now, what do you think's gonna happen to me? You said to Augie, this is gonna be a big story that Keemstar doxed Destiny. I doxed Destiny. Where is the big story? And I don't give a what anyone says. If you think my career is going to be ruined or hurt in any way for what I just said on this show and what I've admitted to, you're crazy. Before I got into this call, it was, oh my God, Keemstar's doxing Destiny. Destiny didn't deserve to be doxed. I had to dox Tommy C. I mean, he was making a bunch of ridiculous claims about me. I doxed that motherfucker. All the way in Germany, yeah. He ruined my career. I'm the bad guy.
Why did you dox Tommy C?
What? He said he just said he doxes people all the time. I mean, he doxed Clown when he was AFK for the internet for a week. So
I was worried. I actually thought something bad happened to him.
In March 2020, Keemstar started the Mom's Basement podcast with Colossal is Crazy and FaZe Banks. It was extremely successful and allowed him to talk to multiple other creators. In May 2020, Keemstar and Ethan Klein got into a public dispute after exchanging multiple tweets back and forth. It started when Keemstar pointed out that there were critical videos about H3H3 being taken down after a meeting he had with the CEO of YouTube. Then it spiraled into more tweets until Ethan made a 41-minute video called Content Nuke Keemstar. The video outlined many of his controversies and poor behavior. Particularly, the video focused on how Keem created a toxic environment for Etika and belittled the mentally ill. The fallout from the video was extremely intense and resulted in Keemstar parting ways with his longtime sponsor, G Fuel. Keem then responded in a video called H3H3 Lies, but it was poorly received and failed to control the damage. Ethan then followed up on May 21st, 2020 with a 20-minute video called Nuclear Fallout Keemstar, and on May 25th, 2020 with a 10-minute video called Nuclear Winter Keemstar. The three videos acted exactly as the titles intended. They struck Daniel with a nuclear bomb that resulted in the loss of tens of thousands of subscribers and damaged his career. However, he did what he always did during the controversy. He just moved on and kept making videos. Ultimately, Keemstar has had an incredibly long career. He is what many from the outside looking in consider to be successful. He has
I mean, like, in all honesty, man, half of a cancellation for real is you canceling yourself. You know, you can get some negative attention, but a lot of times it's like the emotional impact. It's you getting upset about getting canceled that has the biggest impact. You really can just move on, and most of the time it really won't matter. You will see a very minimalized impact. Because even a lot of people who are like, I'm done with you, they aren't. A lot of people will perform and they'll say, I think you're a bad person, I'm done with you. And they'll still watch your content because it's all performative. They don't really mean any of it.
Incredibly large following on YouTube, makes millions of dollars a year, and meets some of the biggest names on the internet consistently. So I do want to clarify that I don't think Keemstar has fallen in the sense of his career. Rather, I think that his reputation significantly diminished to the point of no return. However, it may not be possible for a drama channel to remain unscathed all the time. And let's not forget, Keemstar has done many good things like his multiple million-dollar fundraisers. However, the massive amount of criticism and callouts from so many different sides implicates Keem as the source of a problem. I think somewhere along the line, the fame went to his head. He is literally the biggest drama channel on YouTube, and with that comes great responsibility. He's an extremely hard worker and makes no excuses, and I am confident he will continue to strive forward.
I think he's a really hard worker. I feel like, maybe, I don't know.
I think Keem needs to correct his course and attempt to regain the trust he once had. After all, if the news isn't trustworthy, is it really news? Personally, I think Daniel is capable of.
I mean, the news isn't trustworthy. So I guess Keemstar's doing a really good job of being just like the mainstream media.
Learning from his mistakes and not succumbing to his ego. But only time will tell. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider giving me a big thumbs up and subscribing.
Hey, fuck you. I'm not giving you a thumbs up. That was a pretty good video. I don't know, man. Keemstar's a wild beast.